Welcome to Bunny Fish Crafts. I'm your host Heather, known as Bunny Fish on Revelry, Instagram, and YouTube. Today is Tuesday, the 29th of September, 2015. This is episode 148, Delayed for a Nap. Grab some sticks and string and come sit with me. Before anything else, today is my sister's birthday, so happy birthday. She's old. Very old. Not older than me, but still very old. This week has been incredibly long. I don't even know how it can feel so long when it was just a normal amount of hours. And I can't even think of anything that was particularly trying or anything. I just feel like it was such a long week and I'm exhausted. Not enough sleep is what the problem is. I had to take a nap yesterday instead of recording because I was just too tired. I was contemplating recording and all I could think was grump, grump, grump. And you didn't want a grumpy podcast. So I took a nap instead. The biggest happening of the week was that we had a birthday party for the kids on Saturday. We had it at a park. We did not run the pavilion because nobody RSVP'd. Well, that's not true. A handful of people RSVP'd. And I was like, well, we're either going to have like 6 kids or 20 kids. So we'll just wing it. Unfortunately, usually there are picnic tables that are not in the pavilion because there are several different places to sit. Unfortunately, the people who had rented the pavilion had pulled all of the picnic tables under the pavilion. So we ended up having the party on the bleachers, which was fine because the kids thought that was way cooler than having picnic tables because they got to climb up the steps of the bleachers and it was good. Oh, other than that, I don't know. It just seemed like a long week, but nothing particularly happened. I was very tired. Anyway, Finish Your Frog at Craft Along is going on, and you guys are awesome. Anything finished or frogged between September 1st and November 30th counts. There's a tag BPHFOF15, and all the rules are in the threads, which are linked in the show notes. I have been crafting. I just feel like I haven't been crafting enough. I don't know. Sometimes when I sit down at the podcast, especially when I don't have a finished object, I feel guilt over how little crafting I did. But I kind of did a lot. I more than doubled the size of these socks. Yay! This is what the pattern looks like. This is a radically modified version of Tristero by Cookie A. I took out 8 stitches from the pattern round and then 4 rounds from the pattern repeat to make it a circumference that would be suitable for the recipient. But it's working out. I'm through the first turn of the tessellation and we'll see how the second turn goes. This is where I was last week. I had this finished, so I did all of this down here. The yarn is Nerd Girl Yarns, the O Snap base, which is a 7525, and the colorway is Back from Earth. It ponded a lot for a while, and now it's spiraling a little, but I think it's going to go back to ponding. I'm not sure. We'll see. I really, really like the colors. They're not quite as bright as they're showing. Let's see. Is that better? Is that better? Maybe like that. I don't know. They're not quite as bright as they're showing up, but they are very, very bright. And I can only work on them a little bit at a time because I do get eye fatigue from that orange. But I'm enjoying the project. Yes. Sorry, tired. I'm enjoying the project. It's really fun. I love Cookie A's stuff, you know. So every time I knit her things, I'm like, oh, she's so brilliant. And every time I knit them, you hear me say it. So if you haven't knit something of hers, do. The monkey socks are free. She has a couple other free patterns. Go give her a try because she's brilliant. I'm also working on this sweater. As you can tell, I'm not going to finish any of these whips by the end of the month, which is a little disappointing for me because I was really trying very hard, very diligently, and then I somehow lost all of my knitting time. Anyway, here's the sweater. I can't find the stitch marker. That tells me my progress. Maybe it's over here. There it is. I found it. Okay, so here's the sweater. And this is what I had finished last week. So I think I doubled the size of this also this week. It's all bunched up. This is going to be a coat of many colors from the Knit Swirl book. And I am pretty sure that I'm going to run out of yarn. I don't know what I'm going to do if I run out of yarn because I ordered this sweater quantity from Knit Picks. This is Knit Picks Swish Tonal in the Canopy colorway. I ordered this a couple years ago. So I don't know if I want to try to get more of this color and just deal with the fact that it will probably be very different, or if I just want to go with a different color altogether. I knew I was going to be close because I had about 30 yards extra over what the pattern called for. And the stitch count does decrease pretty rapidly. Well, pretty significantly. I wouldn't say rapidly. It's a lot of knitting between decreases, but I have 7 skeins of this. The first skein did this much. The second skein got me to there, and I just finished the third skein. And I'm not very far in here. I'm on the 13th or 14th welt out of 60 something or 50 something. I don't know, out of a lot.
Yellow, pink, blue, and
so
green.
I think I'm gonna run out of yarn. So that's a little disheartening. I am considering the idea of maybe, I don't know if I want, like, matching sleeves would be very nice because then it would look cohesive, but maybe if I'm not going to have enough for that, I might do black sleeves, like a tonal black-gray color. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe I'll be fine. Maybe I'll have enough yardage. I'm just freaking out right now because that's a lot of yarn gone in this sweater, and I'm not very far. I also did a pretty significant chunk on my Typhoon, which is a Josh Ricks pattern. So last week I had above the stitch marker, and I have done this much more. And this is a crescent shaped shawl, so it gets substantially bigger. As you can see, here's the first stripe and second stripe. Third stripe are all visible, and now you can't see the rest of it because it's folded in back. I'm in the middle of a short row section, and so I can't show you the whole thing, but I wouldn't be able to even if I wasn't, because it would be a little bunched up on the needles. I am on, what is this, section 7. There are 10 sections, and again, I'm feeling a little nervous about being able to finish this shawl. We'll see how far off I am, because for the last 2 sections he gives a weight measurement of his yarn. So hopefully I'll have enough to finish the shawl, and if not, I will modify it because why not? This is probably going to be the project that I focus on for the next day and a half because it is eligible for several knit-alongs. All of the projects that I have are eligible for a knit-along at least, but this one is eligible for several, so I'm going to attempt to finish it by tomorrow night. don't work tonight, so that's possible. And it's brainless enough that I can work on it in my super tired state. So there is that. The yarn that I'm using is 716 Knit 716 Solo Silky. It is a merino silk blend, and this gray color is Josh Can Overdye Black, and then the stripy color is a Clan Tartan of Badness. I love these colors together so much. I can't wait until it's finished and I can wear it. It is still hot here, so I'm not really wearing a lot of knitwear, but I could, especially when I go into grocery stores or restaurants, because those places are kept chilly. I am also, well, I actually didn't work on the Frankenstein socks at all because I had finished the part that was my assigned part. I don't have anything to do on Frankenstein socks until I get the other portion of my socks. But here is the ace bandage section for my socks. And my yarn is now with Lorraine. Claire did the ace bandage section, and Lorraine is going to do the cuffs and the upper tubes. And then I will be able to cut and sew my Frankenstein socks together. Maybe next week, maybe the week after, maybe not until the end of October, who knows. But I really want them done for Halloween. I think those would be awesome Halloween socks, right? Because they're called Frankenstein. Those are by the Czarina of Socks, and the yarn that we're using for all of that is hand-dyed stuff. I have been sewing, which is probably why I feel like I haven't been knitting, because sewing takes a long time for me because I hand sew instead of machine sew. I should fix my sewing machine and do some machine sewing just to do it, even though I don't like the sound that it makes when I'm sewing. It started raining here, by the way. If you are looking at the screen, that's why it got so dark. Anyway, I made myself a handkerchief skirt, like Mara's, except mine is out of this black fabric. This is the center part that I cut out. And I'm not sure where the skirt is right now. I wore it, and then Mara borrowed it, so it's somewhere. I didn't finish it. I just started it. I did the waistband, and then I didn't do the hem around the bottom, just like on Mara's skirt. So those still both need to be finished. And they'll get there eventually. And then I picked up a languishing sewing project. Amanda, if you would like to see what I am making for you for your birthday, which is today, so obviously it's going to be late, but I mean, you should expect that by now. If you want to see it, keep watching, and if you don't, skip ahead a little bit or just don't look. But I am going to be talking about it, so. Okay, I am making a little bag for my sister. It's like a little basket bag thing. It's not like a purse or anything. Just kind of a holder. And it is made out of leftover jeans. And this applique is from a shirt that Mara used to wear that got like a stain up by the neck. So it wasn't donatable, but this is my sister's spirit animal. So I decided it would be perfect for something for her. And then the straps are from a shirt that used to belong to her daughter, but then I can't remember if her daughter cut it or if there was a stain on it. I don't know. Again, not donatable. And I had used this shirt fabric to make as part of a unicorn on a shirt that I made for my niece. And then this is the bottom hem, so I didn't have to sew that at all. I just cut it off and then cut it in half and sewed it on to the bag. what is left is I need to top stitch around all of the edges so it stands up more nicely and looks neater. I should have that done if I work on it in the next couple days. But, you know, that requires me to work on it. We know how that goes. I also made another barn raising square. This is number 42, and the yarn came from Haley. I'm pretty sure it's Vesper, something about a pumpkin. But that I might be making that up. It might be a different dyer. Pretty sure it's about a pumpkin though. Haley will correct me, and I will not tell you because I forget to tell you. I'm sorry. But it's beautiful. I'm super excited for it to be part of the blanket. Yesterday, before I got too tired to record, a friend of mine asked me if I could dye her hair because she's never dyed her hair before. Her sister put highlights in once, but it wasn't very successful. And she's never dyed her hair. And I was like, well, I've been dyeing my hair since I was 12. Not constantly. I don't always have my hair dyed, but probably twice a year I dye my hair. And so I have experience dyeing my hair at home. And she wanted an ombre. And I was like, yeah, sure, I can totally do an ombre. And she was like, have you done one before? And I lied and said I had. Because I've never dyed anyone's hair in an ombre, but I understand the concept behind it. So I was like, it'll probably be fine. And it was. I dyed it. She loves it. It turned out really cool. She went from like a burgundy red to a dark brown color with just a little, like this much was where the blending was. So this was all red and this was dark brown blending. It was very, very cute. I was very proud of myself. Why did I start telling you about that? I don't know. Oh, I remember. I was knitting as we were waiting for the dye to set because I'm incapable of just standing there. And she was starting to get sick. We had made plans the night before, and then she woke up that morning with a sore throat and stuff. But we had already had the plans, and she didn't want to cancel because she was not so sick that she couldn't handle having her hair dyed, but sick enough that she wasn't planning on going to class later. She's in college. So she came over and I was knitting and she was like, hey, did you finish that blanket square? This one. Because I had been working on it at the kid's birthday party. And I said, yes. And she was like, oh, that's cool. So what's that blanket going to look like? So I laid out all of the squares that I had. Oh, they're so pretty together. And then I showed her the hexapuff blanket, and then I showed her the shawl that I'm working on, and I showed her the socks. Because she was interested. She's a studio art major, but more like drawing and painting, that sort of thing, instead of textiles. But it was fun. It was cool showing off to somebody who's never seen my stuff before. Like, she's seen a couple shawls, but never anything in progress. And I don't know, that was fun. It's nice having people, excuse me. It's nice having people interested in what I'm doing, like actively interested. I mean, I have my knitting group, but they don't come over and look at all of the things I have going on. They just see the small portion of my knitting that is whatever I bring to knit group. I also have 2 hexapuffs, but they're in my car. And my car is outside and it is raining. And it has been raining off and on all day. So I didn't go out to my car and get them. I should have brought them in last night when I came in, but I forgot because I was really tired. So next week I'll show you my 2 hexapuffs, but I'm up to 379. Yay! I have new things. I have exciting new things. Okay, I'm going to show you the non-exciting new things first. I went to Joann's to get the fabric and the elastic for a handkerchief, scarf, skirt for me.
It's raining.
I see that it's raining. That's pretty cool. You gonna go watch the rain?
Yeah.
I went to Joanne, there's no S on that, to get fabric for the skirt, and I needed elastic, and I also got elastic because Mara had a shirt that is so cute. It's gray and white polka dots, and she cut a hole in it. And I am going to reuse the fabric to make undies for myself because I think they'd be really cute as undies. Is that weird that I'm taking my daughter's old shirt and turning it into undies? I don't care because the fabric is so cute. So I needed elastic for that. Well, I had a whole bunch of coupons. So I got those things, and then I still had I had a 40% off an item and a 50% off item coupon still. So I went over to the sock yarn section, as one does when you have coupons to burn. And I bought 2 skeins of the Serenity sock in the purple colorway. And this will eventually someday be socks for my sister because she would like Thank You Sarah socks, and I didn't have anything appropriate in my stash to make those socks. They're the socks that I just did the sample for Leading Men Fiber Arts out of. And I think the second time around the socks will be much easier, but that's not going to happen for a while. However, I don't have a lot of fairly solid colors in my stash, so this will be for that, because that pattern needs solid colors. Is her singing bothering you? Her singing is distracting me. Hold on. Hey, big girl. It's too loud.
See, I don't want to go outside. I want to be inside.
Yeah, you should be inside because it's wet and it might be cold outside.
Why?
Because sometimes it's cold when it rains. It might be warm, but it might be cold. Okay, out of here, please.
Okay, out of your bathroom.
Thank you. The other super exciting thing is I was cleaning and I had my radio on and I did not hear the doorbell, but Casper started barking. He does that pretty frequently. He's kind of obnoxious. And I was like, whatever. But Molly went to the top of the stairs because she hangs out with me in my craft room. She's sleeping behind me right now. She went to the top of the stairs and then she started running down and she barked a couple times. She's not really a barker, but she will bark a little. And I was like, oh, there must be someone at the door. And there was a postal worker and she needed a signature because look at this. I had an international package. I'm super excited. I think I'm going to turn all of these stamps into the front of a notebook cover because they're beautiful, and I don't collect stamps, but they're too pretty to throw away. So that is my plan for those. And then got a bunch of stuff in this package. I'm going to dump it out really quick and then I'll show you the stuff. So this package is from Allison, which is super exciting. And the first thing that I'm not going to show you is a sample of a pattern. She knit it and then she doesn't have any use for it. So she sent it to me, which is lovely. But I'm not going to show it to you because I have to take pictures and then hopefully the pattern will be released really quickly. Really, it's just the pictures that are holding me up. I might knit one more sample. We'll see. Anyway, I also have a postcard, which is beautiful. And a ton of goodies. A bookmark. These 2 adorable pouches. How cute are those? Too cute is what they are. Some mini skeins. Washi tape. sponsor. So cute. I love this pink and green one. I also love the rainbow one, but the pink and green one is the one that I'm like, ooh, look at that. Also, these super cute needle felting kits. So a little owl and a little bunny. How cute. I'm super excited about this package. I'm way more excited than I appear. I promise it's just because I'm tired, not because I'm not excited. I posted it all over social media when I got here and texted my friends and stuff. And then 3 packets of tea. So that is pretty exciting. I'm excited to drink that tea. I'm really excited about the whole package. Like, it arrived and I was like, what? I knew who it was from, but I was like, I wasn't expecting a package. This is so exciting. It was fantastic. And it was a just because surprise package. So I didn't even know it was coming. It was really exciting. The last thing for you is I am continuing to listen to Voyager by Diana Gabaldon. I am nearly finished. I think I have 2 CDs left to the audiobook, maybe 2.5. It is really, really good. I like this book a lot more than I liked the second book. And I'm interested to see where the 4th book goes. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. And I also started reading Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, which I'm kind of having an interesting time with. It's not boring, but I'm not into it. I'm only on page 30, and I'm reading it specifically because one of the guys at work, he is working through a list of books that is called something like books every guy should read. And so we talk about the books because I've read some of them, and the ones that I haven't read, he tells me about. And he said he's told me I should read A Picture of Dorian Gray because he thinks I would like it. And I actually own a copy of A Picture of Dorian Gray, and I think that I've owned it since high school. And it's been on my to-read list since then. That's a really long time ago. More than a decade. So I picked it up and I started reading it. And he said once I get past page 50, I will probably like it because I was like, I don't know about this. It's going really, really slowly. He was like, yeah. Page 50, you'll be fine. Which I find is true of a lot of books. It's very rare that I start a book and am immediately drawn in. Very rare. It's usually around page 50 that I'm like, okay, yes, I will read you. That's all I have for you this week. I feel like there will be a lot of babbling, and hopefully I've remembered to edit out all of my yawning, but I feel like it would only get worse from here. So before I have to do a ton of editing, I will let you go. I hope you made something fantastic with your sticks and string, and I will see you next week. Bye!